Tarot. My name is Jada K. Story. Dang, has it really been that long? I can't even say my own greeting. That's wild. Uh, I have so missed being here and sharing with y'all. There's been a lot going on in my world, a lot going on in the world, the larger world, right? But I'm just so excited to be here and to share and get some messages. So I'm going to do a new moon reading. We're coming up on a new moon. I think it's a new moon in Virgo and Tropical, which may be a new moon in Leo and Sidereal, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to get some messages. I'm going to get some messages for the four signs. I'm going to do elements today, so just the elements, and then you can apply it where it works in your chart. Hi Carla, good evening. Good evening. All right, so I'm going to let's start with fire. I'm going to start with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So I'm going to pull an oracle card, which is going to represent what the energy of the new moon is asking for you. Hi Sydney. Hey Mommy. I see y'all now. I'm going to ask first with the oracle card, what is it that the energy of the new moon, like what it is asking for you to step into, like who you are embodying, like who are you this new moon cycle, right? And then we're going to just get some messages for you as we are closing out this moon cycle and moving into the next. So we're starting with fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What is the energy of the new moon asking for you to step into? Who are you in this new season? Okay, y'all got, oh, are we going to take all these cards? I'm not going to take them all, but I'm going to take the one that was on top. That's this one. So I'm like debating, do I keep these cards out? No, I'm going to go with my gut. All right, so for the fire signs, you have the warrior. It says perfectionism and burnout. Perfectionism and burnout. Okay. Let me pull the cards and then we'll talk. It's interesting that perfectionism and burnout is coming out for with the warrior. Okay, Spirit, what are the messages for my fire signs? What are the messages? What are the new moon messages for the fire signs? I want one more. Okay. So we have the Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands. The Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands. Hi, Brittany. I'm well. How are you? Okay, so got it. This feels like okay. So with this, the warrior, this perfectionism and burnout, I really feel like what for the fire signs, like what it is that you are being asked to kind of step into with this as being the warrior, it kind of feels like almost like the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands being that the energy of someone who is um persevering, right? Continuing on. And there seems like the spirits are asking for you in this next moon cycle, fire signs, that you actually leave from a place of like inspiration rather than the drive to like perform perfectionism, right? The Ace of Wands is asking for, like, it's asking you what lights you up, what actually inspires you, what causes you to get up and move and act, right? And so, what's cool about this is you also have the Four of Wands, which can be the card that speaks about foundations, right? And so, as you are moving into this next moon cycle, fire signs, I keep wanting to say air. That's interesting. I keep wanting to say air. I wonder if for the fire signs, if you have been feeling kind of like tossed to and fro, maybe you have been feeling kind of scattered, and maybe you've been engaging or feeling burnout, right? From overdoing, overperforming, doing way more than is necessary. This feels like almost like minimizing or like really focusing on what is important. So what is important to your foundations in this next moon cycle? How can you focus and give your energy there rather than all the extra things, right? What is fortifying you? What is going to keep you? And also, like, the Four of Wands can also speak about boundaries. Like, I was just talking to someone on Threads about, they were posting, it was Pat the therapist who was talking about how crashing out like provides, like there's nothing like the post crash out clarity. And I was saying, like, yeah, like I encourage crashing out, especially if it's going to help you be in your body, be with your emotions, and you can do it in a place where you are safe and where you can be held and supported. And then Pat responded and said, a contained crash out. That's kind of what this feels like for me. For the fire signs, is what does it mean for you to really be present with what is important to you, and then like create boundaries around it. Boundaries meaning, this is the area where I want to play. This is where I want to explore. This is where I really want to like dig my heels in and put my time here, put my focus here. And so, yeah, if you've been feeling scattered leading up to this new moon, then I would say, yeah, the goal here for you, the wisdom here is to focus on what lights you up, and then create some protection or create some spaces for you to kind of play within that, right? And then also like be clear about how be clear about who you would want to invite into your play place, so to speak. Uh yes, 09 CS Cat says, let the fire sign say boundaries. Yeah, yeah. So I really, really love that for you. One other thing that I would add about the fire signs before we move forward, bottom of the deck, y'all had the Judgment card. And this is about like coming to your senses. This is about waking up to yourself. When I pulled that up, y'all also had the Fool. So there's something here that there's definitely some newness here. This new moon is really asking for you to kind of like answer to your own inner call. What is it that really inspires you for change? Pursue that. Put your energy there. The other things are, I don't want to say distractions, but they're just almost like busy work. There's something that is so really important and significant to what you're doing right now. And Spirit wants you to put your energy there. Yeah, yeah. All right, Ashe. Okay, I hope that was helpful. I'm going to move on now to, let's do Earth. Let's do Earth. Let's do Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What is it that Spirit is calling you into, or asking for you to be and embody? Okay. Oh, I love this. I love this for the earth signs. I'll show it to you in just a second. And then what's the message? Okay. Let's get one more card. What's the message for the earth signs? Okay. So we have, for who it is you are to embody, we have the storyteller. I love that. And the card says viewpoints and control. Viewpoints and control. Carla asks, is this for sun signs or can you consider them for other placements as well? I say any relevant placements for you. Any relevant placements for you. So it can be your sun, it could be your rising, it could be your moon. It could be any place where you have a stellium, like 3 or more planets occupied in one sign, whichever resonates with you. So yeah, so earth signs, you have the storyteller talking about viewpoints and control. You have this with the daughter or the page of cups and the 4 of pentacles. Okay. So when I'm seeing like who it is that you are to embody, viewpoints and control. So this really feels like you needing to take control of your narrative, right? This is very much so what I'm for the earth signs. Like, don't just, I actually really like this because this means that you are getting to kind of like rewrite or reweave, retell the stories about you, about your beliefs, about your world, right? The world that you are creating. You are the one holding the pen. You are the one who can kind of reshape. And you kind of get to determine also not only your own story, but what are the stories that you are helping other people retell, right? I say that because we have these two hands, and they're like doing these shadow puppets, and often this is done in storytelling, particularly if you're like with children and things like that. So you are kind of casting a vision over the course of this new moon. Like so it's more than just telling stories, but like you are also like giving hope, restoring hope, right? Maybe even wonder, right? Because we have this with the Page of Cups. And for those who follow me on this channel, you know that the Page of Cups represents baby, right? Baby energy, very young and whimsical and full of wonder and hopes and dreams and emotional too. So yeah, it's the baby in you. So this can be inner child healing that you're focusing on. This could be that you are rewriting and retelling stories about your inner child. Maybe you're telling your inner child new narratives that's beneficial for you and for them in the future, right? Maybe you are being more like a protective older sibling for your inner child, right? That Four of Pentacles is like withholding, but also, again, with this word of control, controlling and kind of like trying to maintain and hold yourself steady. I actually really love that. The bottom of the deck for you, Earth signs, was the Hanged one, the Hanged Man, which is talking to us about a different perspective, needing to really pause and see things, right? See things for how they are. And you get to determine, do I still want to believe that story? Is that the truth? Or is that something that I've just been fed time and time again? If I were the one writing the story, how would I put myself in this? Michael, you can go ahead and go, baby. You can go ahead and go. This is not for you. What I also love too, Earth signs, when I picked up that Hanged Man, you had the Two of Cups. So this is connection. This is love. This is the sweetness of, like I said, the wonder and the whimsy. I love here too, even in the storytelling card, there are two pairs of hands, two sets of hands. So who are you connecting with over this next moon cycle where people are understanding your language, right? Where you're sharing parts of yourself and allowing, thank you, Sydney. Thank you, Imani. Allowing your truth to come out, and people are receiving it. People are receiving it, right? People are valuing what you have to say, right? Because you do have beautiful things to say. Hi, Marcus. So good to see you. What I love here, this Page of Cups has like this cup, and there's like this fish inside, and so like there is like this surprise from the divine, right? And so maybe Earth signs, you are offering something or bringing something new into the world, your own viewpoint, your own thoughts, your own ideas. Maybe you're presenting something over this next moon cycle that maybe you normally would keep hidden, right? That you normally would keep close to your chest. But there's something here about you. What happens when you share is that you'll actually find yourself connected to people who want to hear what you have to say, right? Who share the same ideas even, right? And who want to be more intimately connected to you and with you. Because it's something about your viewpoint helps people see themselves differently, right? They're not belittling your thoughts. Instead, they're saying, tell us more, Earth sign. You know, I really never considered it like that. But now that you mention it, I feel that way too. So I love that. I love that is there for the Earth sign. Shout out to y'all. Changing viewpoints, yours and other people's. All right. Let us get into air signs. Air signs. That's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Yes, reach out and catch it, Carla. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. What does Spirit want you to embody, step into, become. Okay, let's shuffle up this tarot deck. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All right, what are the new moon messages for my air signs? All right. Hi, Sarah. All right. I said this card earlier, but it's here now for the air sign. So we have the Poet, relationships and vulnerability for the air signs. This is what Spirit wants you to embody. And you have this with the cards, the Empress and the Nine of Wands. It's really giving. Some of y'all almost gave up. I don't know what kind of, I don't know how your relationships are going right now. But it's almost giving like you almost gave up. The Spirit is saying, keep going. Keep going. And the relationship, it doesn't have to just be a relationship with a person. Hear me, it can be a relationship with any person, place, or thing. It could be a relationship to your work, to projects, to your art, right? Particularly if you're a writer, since we do have this Poet card. But something here, like the Empress, is abundant and has so much to offer to the world. And so if you've been feeling like how do I continue on when I'm feeling a little guarded? Spirit is saying it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be vulnerable. I get the sense that you have a lot that's going to be birthed in this next moon cycle, air signs. There's a lot that is going to be birthed. You may also find that you are highly visible as well. Bottom of the deck for you was the Sun, which is a card of blessing, visibility, things coming into your awareness, blessings and harvest. So all of this is available to you. So any tendency to just kind of stop where you are. Listen, too, because we have the Empress who is mother. If you've been feeling discouraged in your mothering, discouraged with your mother, right? Or just discouraged as a mother. Spirit is saying, don't give up. Keep going. Keep going. It just feels like there is a difficult part of your chapter of your story that's coming to an end soon here in this next moon cycle. And Spirit just wants you to see it through. Let me actually get some more. I'm actually curious about what it is that I'm feeling. Spirit, can you give me some more insight for the air signs? The Nine of Pentacles. You got 2 nines here. This really is about you standing on your own. Have you been doubting at all your capabilities? How you're showing up in the world is so important at this time. Because the work that you've been putting in, Seven of Pentacles. The work that you've been putting in, you might not see the fruit right now. You might not see, and this again, person, place, or thing, you might not see it right now. And so maybe you're feeling like, I don't want to keep putting myself out there. I don't want to keep putting in all this effort. But you're going to see the fruit soon. Yeah. Let me just ask another question. I don't know why I'm getting on the air signs. I want to ask Spirit, can you tell me could the air signs, where could they stand to be more vulnerable at this time? The Queen of Cups and the Moon. Okay. The Queen of Cups and the Moon. This feels like some things that may be coming up even from your past, air signs. Yeah. You know, sometimes we just carry so much weight from things that happened before, how we carry so much that like a lot of emotional things, fearful, the doubts, all of that that we bring, and externally we don't show that though, right? Like the Queen of Cups is not going to show that. They're going to kind of hold their cup out away from their body, so it's like, you know, you come as close as I want you to come, and that's usually because of all of the emotional, maybe even sometimes spiritual things that we're harboring. And Spirit is saying, no, open yourself up again. And actually, if you are being called to do any sort of spiritual, emotional shadow work, this is the card of the shadows. Spirit is saying, go ahead and go through the work. Go down to the depths of your emotions at this time, because what you'll find is yourself. What you'll find is yourself there. And the versions of you that need the love and compassion. Sometimes we aren't able to be vulnerable with other people because we're not willing to be first vulnerable with ourselves. Sometimes we're not willing to go deep with other people because we're not willing to go deep within ourselves. And so this is asking for that. This is asking for you to feel deeply, air signs, whatever time you need to be self-indulgent, right? Like the Empress who wants to just, you know, take care of herself, feed herself, do pretty, get beautified, and have all these experiences for herself. That may be exactly the medicine that you need, but it's not just a physical aesthetic for you. It's also deep emotional spiritual work. And by work, I just mean attention, paying attention to it. Hey, Brendan. Y'all, Brendan just did a powerful talk for Black August. It was powerful. Brendan be teaching. Hey, Dage. I love that ritual love. You pulled the Nine of Pentacles the other day. Yeah. Anything else here for the air signs? Nope. That is all for the air signs. Okay. Let us move on to the water signs. Cancer. What's so funny is I thought this was those cards read very Cancer to me. So I don't know if any of the air signs also have a Cancer placement or two, but it felt that reading actually felt very watery to me when I saw that poet card. Okay. Let's see. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. New moon messages. Have what you are supposed to embody for this next moon cycle. And then what are the new moon messages? The new moon, by the way, is tomorrow, Friday night. What are the new moon messages for my water signs? What are the new moon messages? Be kind to us, water folk. Okay. So you have the Muse with generosity and naivete. Okay. Love this because it has 3 cups on here. So it reminds me of the 3 of Cups. That card is about spirit and spirit connection, friend connection, love, fun, celebration. You have this with the God of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands. The God will be the King of Pentacles. So you have this with the God of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands. And so I really love this for the water signs. Like this season right now is like, it's you are coming through as the God of Pentacles, meaning that you have a lot to offer to the world because you've lived a life. You've written the story, right? You've done the work. And now you have so much, you have like a wealth of resources that you can actually give to others. And so Spirit is saying this is a time for you to be generous. Be generous with your gifts right now. Be generous with your talents. Be generous if you have it with your money. Be generous with your time. There's something here is speaking about how you have lived. What's the word that I'm looking for? It's almost, I'll say it like this. It's almost like be generous, but also be mindful. And that may be why the naivete is here as well. Let me get a clarifier for that. Because the Nine of Wands here, to me, is speaking differently. What's the Nine of Wands? Oh, okay. Okay. Beautiful. So here's the thing. So you have this with the Hermit. So I love when the tarot kind of does this, where it's almost like it sounds like it's contradicting messages, but I know that I'm also speaking to a collective. So there is a generosity here that is being asked of you, water signs, but also but not at the expense of your own like safety, not at the expense of like making sure that you're being mindful of where you are sharing yourself, your ideas, your wealth, all of that, where you're sharing your resources. Because if you are entering into a space where your generous heart will not be held, will not be cared for, will not be valued, or would cause you to question whether or not you actually belong, that's not your space. Those ain't your people. It's important for you to like feel the timbre of what's the word that I'm looking for? Like it's like for you to like feel the vibration, that the vibration in your environment matches the vibration in your spirit. And so you know that you're supposed to be there. Because the truth is, you have a lot to offer to anyone, but everybody's not open to receiving from you. And that is not because you're not valuable. That's because everybody ain't your person. Every space ain't your space. So you might find that over this next moon cycle that you might be oscillating between like giving and pulling back. Hi, Miss Cynthia. Yeah. Carla says, damn it, I received this message yesterday and got mad. LOL, I accept it now. Yeah. Yeah. Carla says, where is my space? Here's the thing, Carla. With the Hermit, do you see, I'm gonna pull up so y'all can see it. Y'all see how that eye is open? This Hermit's eyes, natural eyes are closed, but their spirit eye is open. And so the thing here about where is your space, you belong to you. Like the first place to be in community is in here. And so like I was just saying to the air signs about sometimes we're looking for vulnerability, or we're looking for community, or we're looking for something out there that we haven't actually initiated internally. Apply that here. The Hermit is able to be in connection with themselves and with their own knowledge and with their own experience first. And as a result of that deep conviction, that deep self-conviction, that deep intuitive knowing, that deep wisdom that they've built from being in right relationship with themselves, doing that work, right, allows for them to go out into the world, and people who are able to meet them find them. You find them. You carry a light, right? Light attracts light. Light also attracts what? Bugs. That's why I say, this is something I say often. Everybody who comes to you ain't called to you. I'm going to say it again. Everyone who comes ain't called. And so you have so much to offer. You have so much to offer. So, you knowing this lesson, that everybody who comes ain't called, will allow for you to position yourself to be your own gatekeeper for your gifts, your own gatekeeper for your time, your own gatekeeper for your brilliance. Right? Right? And I'm going to come back to that too, because Marcus just said again, light attracts bugs too. Here's the thing. I am not of the school of thought that's like, you are who you attract. Actually, I just think it's better to say I am attractive. I attract. But to say that I am who I attract, I just, that don't jive with me. Because like I said, like can attract like, but bugs are attracted to the light as well. I think it's more true to say that you are an attractive being because you are in right relationship with yourself, because you are a beautiful human. And you are responsible for yourself. You are not responsible for who comes, but you can choose who remains. You're not responsible for who comes. Anybody can come. Anybody at any time can come and knock on your front door. Did you attract them? Not necessarily, but they came to your door. You decide who you invite in. You decide. So yes, be a gatekeeper of your energy. That don't mean stay closed. It means you stand at the door. You stand at the door. The Nine of Wands is not closed off all the time. They're just militant like that. Right? Ashe. I hope that was helpful, y'all. I hope that was helpful. Yes, Miss Cynthia says, your own gatekeeper. Watch who you attract. This is word and wisdom. Ashe. That's all I have, y'all. That's all for signs. I miss y'all. I miss being on this channel. That's why I said, let me come in here and chat. Let me come in here and chat. Yes, 09 CS Cat says, be the bouncer because not everyone can add value to your club. That's right, Foule. Sinners. Don't let everybody come up in the house. Even people, hello, I was just thinking about this the other day regarding sinners. Even people who look like your people. How many people in that movie were turned into vampires and they physically looked like the person that you know, but they were a vampire? So people present as though they're somebody you know. They present as somebody that you are comfortable with, that you can trust, but they have ulterior motives. So you can't help who comes to the door. You do choose who you invite in. Yeah. 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 1 or 2. Okay, I am feeling like I want to give a personal reading to two people. To two people. So I'm going to see, how am I going to choose these two people, Spirit? How am I going to choose these two people? Yeah, Dave says not subscribing to like attracting like. That's rooted in self-hate, a powerful word. Yeah. You can't control who you attract. And I say that with a caveat. I'm speaking about it in a more general sense. There are things that you can do to change your quote unquote fragrance, but I don't want to get into the nitty gritty. That's a general statement, but it's not as precise as I want it to be. For the point of what we're talking about, for that particular reading, that was specific and targeted towards that particular group or whoever it resonates with in this reading. But yeah, I think that yeah. 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 City says that freed my 21-year-old self. For real. Not sure. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to choose. Maybe I can pull a card and whoever guess which suit it's from, like elements, fire, water, air, or earth. The first one I see. Maybe I'll do that. What y'all think? What y'all think? What y'all think? Oh snap! Okay, I see y'all guessing. I haven't pulled the card yet. Okay, wait. Okay. I'm waiting on somebody to say. Just one sign, please. Just one. I mean, yeah, just one. Yeah, I pulled a card. There it is. KR Miss Kiki Art. Miss Kiki Art gets the first one. So I'm gonna do a reading for you. Yeah. Ironically, the card that I pulled is my favorite card, Seven of Swords. All right, Miss Kiki Art, this reading is for you. Do you have a particular question? Do you have a question? Or would you like a general reading? And then I'll do it again, y'all, for the second person. And then I'll bid y'all adieu. Miss Kiki Art, do you have a question? Somebody said air before, but they said fire/air, so I didn't want to take that one because it was two guesses in one. Miss Kiki Art, KR, do you have a question? Oh, it was you both times? Well, hey. Okay, do you have a question or do you want a general card pull? General. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can quickly find a different deck. Oh, I know I was supposed to find this deck because it was like I opened my door and it was the first deck. Ashe. All right. Thank you, spirits, ancestors, guides. With me. What's the general message for Miss Kiki Art. What's the messages from on high from Miss Kiki Art? What's the messages? These right here. You have the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Six of Pentacles and the Three of Swords with the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is a time for you to really be protecting your peace. Everybody, everything is like there are influences. Oh yeah, I can even feel it in my chest. There are influences that are taking from you, like not giving you what you need. Right? And this could even be your job. But there's definitely like some sort of influence that's like just like pulling from you, and it's not giving you what you need. It is not like a reciprocal relationship. And it feels like it is causing conflict internally. And Spirit is saying it's time for you to protect your peace, because what happens when you're in a dynamic that's not giving to you, you are going to always be on the short end of that stick. It's going to be at a deficit, right? You're going to be at a deficit. And Spirit don't want that for you. And so the question for you is, what are the difficult truths that you are stomaching that you need to be saying? That you need to be, where do you need to be advocating for yourself more? Yeah, it's like you need almost like a fiery wall of protection. Yeah, it's almost like you need a fiery wall of protection. Yeah, it's on like, yeah. What did you say? Been going through stuff all year. Mm-hmm. 09 CS Cat saying get that oil. Yeah. There's a truth that you're not saying, or a truth that you're not wanting to admit. And Spirit is saying once you can start with that, start with the most, like the truth, even if it hurts, or even if it might hurt somebody else's feelings. It's time for you to be in scenarios where you can actually receive this time and not be constantly trying to prove yourself, jumping through hoops. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's nothing to prove. Yeah. Four of Cups. I would be, okay. Thank you, Spirit. Really take care of your spiritual and emotional, even in your mental health. Because I can see some of that. I don't know if you've been feeling like depressed or just feeling kind of like down, right? Four of Cups can be like when we're just over it. It's just like we just don't have nothing left. Like everything is just like, puh. You know what I'm saying? Like just unsatisfactory, right? But the beauty in the Four of Cups is that even in the midst of what feels like, oh, I just feel like I'm being pressed on every side. The Four of Cups is the divine saying, your ancestors saying there is more for you, even if you can't see it right now. But it's going to be on the other side of this difficult truth that you have to face. This difficult truth that you may have to say. Stand up for yourself. Sometimes like protecting your peace, like that don't mean cowering and like, okay, I'm not going to say anything. Protecting the peace means that I gotta, like pacify. Sometimes it means advocate. Sometimes protecting your peace is like pushing back, right? When people press on you. Yeah. Anything else, Spirit? This won't last. This won't last forever. I know it feels hard, but it won't last forever. The divine has some sort of surprise. That Four of Cups is also like the divine saying, look, we're going to give you something. We're going to give you something to nourish you in the midst of all of this. This is not all there is. There's more to come. Yeah. Yeah. I hope that was helpful. Let's do one more. One more, and then I got to go, y'all. The breakthrough is coming. I'm sure. All right, let's do one more. I'm going to pull a card. Whoever is the first to guess what suit it's from gets the reading. Hi, April. All right, I pulled the card. Oh, shit. Okay, Foulet. It's fire. Okay, Foulet, this reading is for you. I looked up and it was already in the chat. Okay. Foulet, do you have a question? Or do you want a general? Oh, Nana's cat said, why y'all guessing before the card is pulled? I know, right? I should have made them wait. I'm gonna have to be careful with my with my my rules next time. But I'm gonna give it to Foulet because that is the first one that I saw. General. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. What's the general message for? Okay, so for you, this is the one that's calling to me. Y'all, okay, so I will say in Foulet's defense, I didn't see any other fires even after y'all started guessing. But don't worry, I know I'll be gone long. I'm gonna try not to be gone so long, so often, y'all. All right, Foulet, let's see. Sydney says, a lesson and no more waiting when you know. Well, y'all, and not Genuine, because see, Genuine been going through it right now. I need him to chill. Whew. Thank you, spirits and guys. Actually, let me clear and get ready for Foulet. Hi, Keys. I'm trying to prove something. Y'all pray for Genuine. Everybody stretch your hands that way and pray for the man. Because I don't know what he got going on. Know what he got going on. Okay. Let's see. All right. Thank you, ancestor spirits, guides, those who love and walk with Foulet. What's the word? What's the word for them today? What's the word for them today? I want 2 cards, please. No more than 2. Well, no more than 2. Okay. Well, I kind of felt like, okay. I kind of felt like that. I felt like 3 was going to come out anyway, and that's exactly what happened. So we have lifetimes. It says the soul keeps living on. You also have sun and moon, anointment for a higher purpose. And you have fire for awaken your gifts. All right. It is not over. It is just beginning. Time is on your side. The soul keeps living on. I love that card because it shows like a little birdie who has perished, right? But all they're doing is stepping into the next thing. And so this feels like it's related to your career, but apply where it needs to be. But utilizing your gifts right now, like creation has been waiting for what you are trying to bring forth. Therefore, offer it. Offer it. You are anointed for this purpose. I love that the card says sun and moon. So it doesn't matter what time around the metaphorical clock you are creating and making this thing happen. The moment you say it's done and it's ready, somebody's going to be waiting. Whether you're under the sun or whether you're under the moon, somebody is ready at the door for the thing that you have, for the gifts that you have. So whatever you have to do in this moment to strike the match, right? So funny. You said fire. The King of Wands was the card that I pulled, and this is the fire card. So this reading was for you. This reading was for you. Strike the match and awaken the gifts. See, huh? This card, it looks like that bird is dead, but it's just sleeping. Because this card says awaken. You can call forth that which looks like it's dead, that which looks like it's gone. Call it forth. Call it forth. Call it forth. You are anointed for this moment. And when I say this moment, Foulette, it's whatever moment you choose it to be. You can say my moment is right now. Tomorrow, you can say my moment is right now. 5 days from now, you can say my moment is right now. And every time you're correct. Every time you're correct. Huh? Every time. Yeah, you brought fire down, child. You brought fire down. Huh. That's all I got. That's all I got. That was a good word. Child, I'm about to holler. That was good to me. Every moment is your moment when you decide it is. Every moment is your moment when you decide it is. Thank you, Foulette. Thank you, Miss Kiki Art. Thank you, everybody who watched this live and anybody watching the replay. Thank you for being present for yourself, for coming in here and sharing time with me. I miss y'all. I swear I'm going to get back on this channel because I miss doing this. Maybe I'll start doing more of these, coming in and just sharing with y'all, pulling a couple of free cards. I'm going to come in here and do some more paid readings too. But I like this. I miss this. And thank you for bringing your energy into the space. It feels real good. It feels real good. All right, y'all. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Have a wonderful rest of your night. And we'll talk real soon, huh? Bye, y'all.